Welcome back. I'm Brett Knowles from PM2 Consulting. Today we're going to be talking about how to create employee engagement, which is way down here on the executive suite. Employee engagement is a result of correctly executing your strategy through your processes and projects and helping people understand how they connect with them. I'll give you a bit more detail on that. So, if we think about employee engagement, there are 5 key intrinsic motivators that employees pursue. And some of this is based on Daniel Pink's work called Drive, but there are other intrinsic motivators that we feel are important in the business world. Specifically, employees need to be clear about what is their purpose, their specific purpose at work. Once they understand their purpose, they need the ability to get better at it, to develop mastery. The third is they need, on an ongoing basis, to see the progress they're making towards that purpose. They then need the autonomy to make choices about how they do their work and what sequence they do it in. And then finally, they need socialization. They need to be able to talk to their co-workers and teammates about the work they're doing. Now, these 5 intrinsic motivators allow employees to become engaged with the work that they do. But that's not all that's required. In addition to the intrinsic motivators, we need to make sure that we're clear on the values and how we live and work those values, sometimes called culture. We need that strategic performance analysis so I know that the processes I'm working on are strategically critical to the organization. And then finally, we need those ongoing key performance indicators. And so the employee engagement scorecard includes those elements. Some of our clients, like Google, describe this as the gamification of business because these are the same mechanics that make online gaming and other games like hockey and football so addictive. And if we can include those with the business realities, magic happens. Now, that's the employee engagement. There's a bigger framework that's quickly emerging in the business world where we are concerned about employee engagement, but we're also concerned about the total employee experience. And so if we take a look at the employee experience, there are 3 core drivers: the technology that your organization has to work with, the employee engagement that we just talked about, and the facilities in which we work. Now, this becomes a more complicated model because as we begin taking a look at, for example, the technology, that's driven by the process and projects, which is driven by the strategy, the customers you have, the employees and competencies, and the supplier network. That part makes sense. The part that's interesting is this part down here about culture. You see, the culture of your organization is the manifestation of your values. As your employees live the values, they form the culture. But we've discovered that powerful influences on culture are, for example, your customers. If you deal with a customer that doesn't exhibit your values or works in a way that contravenes your values, that actually destroys the culture in your business. Likewise, if you deal with suppliers that don't live and emulate your values, same problem. Or if we allow bad employee behaviors and values to go on. So, we can begin measuring these elements and their influence on culture. But if we combine the culture, the competencies your team has, and the reward structure, we can better model the engagement. So this is a broader model about where engagement fits into the organization. For now, we're just going to focus on the employee engagement element as a component of the executive suite. Now, be sure to check out our other videos in this series which go into detail around other modules within the Executive Suite. Or, if you want more information about how we work with you at PM2, head over to our website. Or if you have some specific questions about employee engagement and about how your organization is progressing on that journey, please just book a call with me. Thank you for your time.